All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another SIG Windows meetup. Thank you all for attending. It looks like we don't have a lot of folks attending today, so maybe it's going to be a quick update. So on our end, I know that Bob, Alex, and team are doing a couple of different things. They're finalizing some of the Vagrant setups that we have on setting up the Windows environment with Kubernetes. And they made good progress. I think that in a lot of ways that's working very well. They had some IP issues and networking issues lately that they're trying to track down. And then also both Bob and Alex have been reviewing some of the PRs that came out of PengFei and Fisker. So we're a lot of good work came there around the CRI work and log and FS stats for Windows excuse me, for Windows containers. And overall, I think that the feedback there is very positive. Bob just came in, so we'll let him give a quick update later on as well. But Patrick, you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, so yesterday I spent some time updating the Trello board. And so several of the items are marked as done now. And so the Windows Server 1803 release is available on Azure now. And so that actually fixed the symlink issues that we needed for secret and config map support. And then Andy Zhang at Microsoft has a PR open. Actually, no, I think it's already merged to fix local volume support. So it should have some good storage improvements there. And then let's see. And then PengFei's got the log volume and the rest of the pod and kubelet metrics in a PR. Hey, Peter, is that something that you might be able to review, or you might be able to find us a second for by any chance?
Sorry, review what?
Here, I'll paste the link in there. Actually, it looks like he just added a few people to it, so.
I can definitely take a look and offer anything I might have.
Yeah, and I think, okay, it looks like Alex said Apprenda looked at it already too, so I just didn't know if you had anybody else that you recommend reviewing it, because that's going to be a big one, and I'm hoping that is enough to unblock horizontal pod auto scaling, but I haven't had a chance to test it yet. So that's the main stuff I have. I'll just be following up on those and making sure I get the release notes submitted sometime this week for the 1.11, and then I'm going to start working on the group managed service account changes again. So there were some suggestions from the SIG-off folks on how to rework this, and I still need to do that. So I'm hoping to get that in for 12 now, because we're past feature freeze for 11. So I think that's all I got for now.
All right, sounds good. Bob, you want to give a quick update? Kind of give some of the high level.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So I'm new to these kind of meetings. I don't know exactly what the format or the agenda is.
Sorry, we thought it was a different Bob. Sorry about that.
No worries.
But go ahead, though. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So I work for Donnelly Financial. I kind of focus on the Kubernetes infrastructure here, and so we're just starting to test out Windows. Actually, we're working on some Windows container stuff with ACS Engine right now. So I don't have any specific action items for the Windows side. I know I was hoping to try out 1803 and see if the version of Docker that's installed with that image is newer. I know with some of the older versions of the Windows nodes, we had to go through and manually update Docker versions and do some hacking to get Windows containers to actually work. So I don't know, that's probably the only relevant thing that I could even talk about on this call is when it comes to the Windows side of the project.
All right, very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Aline, you want to give an update from Cloudbase?
Yeah, I'm working on improving the CNI. I'm gonna submit a PR soon. I have a question for you. Do you think that it could be possible to get this PR merged in 1.11 if it's not too late?
It should be fine.
Yeah, we're not in code freeze yet.
Yeah, there's no encode freeze yet. We didn't really submit a feature request, but we're in beta, so we're not really the guidelines around that are not as strict for us. So when you are ready with the PR, just send it to us and make sure Bob gets to review it as well, and then we can push it through.
That's good because from what I've seen at the moment, I think this is kind of like a bug because Kubelet calls the CNI for every container and says, yeah, call the CNI for this container and this is the sandbox container. So basically the Kubelet calls the CNI and the CNI will think that every container from within the pod is a sandbox container. So there are some issues in the CNI because of that. But the fix is pretty easy. And I have another question on the privileged containers. Are they supported on Windows? Or if you know something?
If I remember correctly, they're not supported on Windows. But Patrick, you guys probably have had a lot more discussions on that.
Yeah, privileged containers aren't supported yet. We do have a way that you can use named pipes in a mount if you want to talk to something like the Docker daemon on the host. And so that's something that's possible, although there's currently a bug in Docker around the file open flags that are being used that would need to be fixed. But that might make it possible to run something like a, sorry, I'm losing my acronym, like an OVN controller there that need to talk to a Windows service. You could open up a pipe that way. So.
Then I have a question because Kubelet allows you to set the flag allow privileged containers to true. So I wonder what does it do since I can create and ask for a pod to have privileged containers. Does it do anything or is it just...
I'm not sure. I know it won't do what it's intended to. I just don't know whether or not it's going to fail to schedule or if it's just going to have no effect.
Actually, I think it has no effect because I tried your movies.yaml pod example.
Oh, yeah.
And I see that it has security context privilege true.
Yeah, and the reason that one has privilege true is actually because I was running it under OpenShift, and there they always try to apply a default security policy for SE Linux, which of course doesn't work on Windows. And so if I do privilege true on OpenShift, then it will go ahead and schedule it with no modifications. So I should probably actually remove that or add a comment clarifying that that's an OpenShift workaround and not an actual working feature.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I've tried with both and it works both ways, and I was wondering what it does. Yep. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Aline. All right. Is there anybody that has any questions, concerns, or questions? Anything we can help them with? All right. Well, everybody have a great rest of your day. It's a fun, quick meeting. Thank you all.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Bye.